If you're a man going on a date with a woman and you're not prepared to pay for that date, then don't bother going. Please just stay home. And if you are asking me, well, what do I get out of it? You're getting the pleasure of her company. You're getting an enjoyable couple hours spent in the radiant energy of a woman that interests you. Because you wouldn't go on a date with someone that doesn't interest you, right? You wouldn't go on a date with someone that you think might be using you. That's insanity. You're smarter than that, aren't you? Your intuition would tell you if someone is trying to use you or get one over on you, and you simply just would not go on the date because your time is valuable. You have vetted her. You've talked to her a good deal. You've gotten to know if your personalities click, if there's chemistry, if you want to actually meet. So if you actually want to meet, why wouldn't you want to be a gentleman, to court her properly, to make her feel special? Since we've talked about older men who date younger women and substantially younger women, let's talk about older women who date younger men. And I am one of them. I don't make any effort to hide that. I do that for two reasons. Number one, physical. Men my age, at least in my area, don't age well. They don't take great care of themselves. They don't stay physically active. I do take care of myself. I do stay active. So it's basic principles of attraction. And then I'm not willing to compromise on the lifestyle that will keep me feeling and looking my best. Number two, it's mental. The men my age that I encounter in my area are battle scarred, and they're not willing to make an effort to learn and heal from it. They don't have a sense of humor. They don't have a zest for life, an intellectual curiosity. They're a drag.
The best advice I ever got: don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. And I thought, like, what does that mean? Like, I want to know the answer to everything. That's why we're on this earth, to know the answer. Trust me, when you get in a relationship and you meet the one, don't ask them any questions about their previous relationships, because your brain, you think you won't give a shit, but you will. Subconsciously, you will care. I never cared about any of my previous partners, like ex-girlfriends, like whatever. When you meet the one, you'll want to know the ex's history, where they were born, because you'll be like, this guy who I'm so in love with, who I want to spend forever with, what was he attracted to in that person? I need to know. You don't want to know. Best advice ever.
A few days ago, I found out that my boyfriend was texting his ex on a few different occasions, and I decided to move out and move to Miami. So this is day 2 of figuring it out alone again. And I'm really struggling to understand who this person is, because you spend like a year with them and you think that they're this specific way, and then you find this out, and then you're like, wait, who are you? And that's the most confusing part, because I have like so much love for him, and I have so many amazing memories with him, and he was like the first boyfriend to really make me feel love again in my heart. Choosing myself in this moment is not an option, it's a requirement to choose myself. Like, I told him from day one that any type of cheating is an automatic deal breaker, and this is the first time in my life that I've really stood by that in relationships and have actually left when that has happened. I'm really proud of myself for choosing myself, but it doesn't make this situation easier.
The way that we hate on women that know who they are, know what they want, know what they're going to stand for, and then also, just to top it off, have confidence within themselves is unmatched. It needs to be studied. Because as this woman that I've been, honestly, my whole life, even from birth, I've been that bitch. I have been condemned, criticized, judged, put down, shamed for being conceited and stuck up and up my own ass by everybody. Even by my own mother, I was told, stop having such a big head, you're too up yourself. Meanwhile, whole time, I've just been trying to help other people love themselves just as much. But the way that we treat women like this is insane, because when you see a man who's super confident and knows what he wants and has boundaries about what he's going to accept, we do not shame him at all. And I know that this is a very deep embedded patriarchal belief that is just it's exhausting at this point, but it's still rampant in 2024. And I really just want to dispel the myth that being confident and assured of yourself and knowing who you are and what you want and having boundaries and standards is not feminine and it's super masculine. I need to dispel that right here, right now. Because I also feel in the rise of the divine feminine right now, in the rise of feminine talk, in the rise of all the feminine chit chat on TikTok, Instagram, all social media about how a woman should act and dress to get the man, how she should present herself, how she should smell, how she should do her hair so that she gets the love and gets the attention and attraction, because that's how feminine beings are. We're super poised, we're super put together, all these things. That's just one aspect of femininity, but that's a whole other conversation.
You hear that, guys? You have to pay for women on dates because they're radiant and you get to enjoy her presence. She also said you're paying because she interests you. How would you know if she interests you until you actually meet her? You can't always vet somebody over the phone. She's just using the male position of pursuing to get men to pay. The argument is always the same. It's just reconstructed to make it come across differently. But in the end, she's saying, you're the man, therefore you've got to pay.
I'm not paying for shit.
So when she's going out with these younger guys to have a fun time, when the gap is larger than 10 years, does she expect the young guy to pay for the date?
Of course not.
Guys, always make sure you ask questions about a woman's past if you're considering to take her seriously. You never know if she rode the carousel.
She did.
She said he made her feel loved, but obviously he did not feel loved by her. Now she's in Miami, the place to get dug out by rich Chadrones.
Excellent.
If her own mother is telling her she's stuck up, why doesn't she look into herself and consider if her mother might be right or not? Instead, she reframes those criticisms as having confidence, boundaries, and standards. The truth is, she's just annoying everybody around her. The phrase divine femininity is a ridiculous concept that means absolutely nothing.
It's so useless!
Real men of genius.
Real